As our relatives come in, we give gratitude to the ancestors of this land for having us here. Make some noise. And we give gratitude for all of our own ancestors who brought us here in this moment. Make some noise. We give gratitude to the land that sustains us, the water that sustains our lives, and the air that sustains our lives. Let me hear you say, thank you! And we give gratitude to those we are with today, the voices who we will now join in this moment. And if Ade is here, join us on stage. We're going to sing this again during the rally, but now's the time to do it like we mean it. We're going to do this.
There's a whole press area back here.
When the heat gets high, when the smoke rolls in, when the people rise, when you hear us sing, it's the end of fossil fuels, the end of fossil fuels. When the heat gets high, when the smoke rolls in, when the people rise, and you hear us sing, it's the end of fossil fuels, the end of fossil fuels. When the heat gets high, when the smoke rolls in, when the smoke rolls in, when the people rise, and you hear us sing, when you hear us sing, it's the end of fossil fuels, the end of fossil. Sing that with us. When the heat gets high, when the heat gets high, when the smoke rolls in, when the people rise, and you hear us sing, it's the end of fossil fuels, the end of fossil fuels. When the heat gets high, when the heat gets high, when the smoke rolls in, when the smoke rolls in, and the people rise, and you hear us sing, it's the end of fossil fuels, the end of fossil fuels. When the heat gets high, when the smoke rolls in, when the people rise, and you hear us sing, it's the end of fossil fuels, the end of say it's the end of fossil fuels, it's the end of fossil fuels.
Make some noise for yourself, beautiful people. We are here to demand a just transition. That's the mission. We know that the fossil fuel corporations have known for decades about the dangers of continually going down the same path, and they still chose to do so. We are here to demand generations of today and future generations have the water and the clean air that they deserve.
Right now, we got the amazing honor to open up this rally from the city of New Orleans, New York. Show some love for Don Richard.
Welcome to the Electro Live Room. confused, correct? Are we here for that? I said, are we here for that? Most importantly, we are here to dance, to celebrate that all these people have one message. Come on. Up jumps the boogie, the up jumps the beat. Up jumps the boogie, the up jumps the beat. The drip from the and it ain't free. The bread like the veil keep swinging. We do ahead of them. They have to catch up to us. We know our message. Take them years. I'm in the pocket, it's rocking over my phone and feet. Up jumps the New York, the blueprint is us. We have the message. We have the sound. We gotta come together. Are we together today? I can't hear you. Are we together today? Who gonna get down bad? You mad at my details? Come on, I said bounce. Keep the weapon on. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm a part of a place that is riddled with awesome views and country people. We know what this is. We chose to be here all the way from New Orleans to be here in New York. So if you're from the South or if you're from a place that's experiencing this, put your hands in the air. If you felt this, I felt this. I live next to it. So I wanted to be here to sing with you guys, to get you to dance, to get excited about the message we have. Are we ready? Ladies, come on, say. I want to dance with y'all. Can I do that? Come on, y'all. Hey. Yeah. Hey. I want to go back in my city where people cared about us. In New Orleans where they used to love us. So I wrote this song. Listen. There is a woman in Somalia scraping for pearls on the roadside. There's a force stronger than nature, keeps her in the night. I'm trying to find purpose, but I'm lost in your service. Trying to go back to where the love was the point of the I can't find the words to say what I want. this record to express the perfect storm when my community comes together. We got caught in a storm, but I think if we have moments like this, we can't lose. So thank you for coming out and telling your story and letting me tell mine. I got this shirt for Hip Hop Caucus that said, "Stop petrochemicals," because we living next to it, we're dying in it. We're dying in it. Think I'm gonna lose myself. I feel like I'm in trouble everywhere. I'm falling, falling, falling. Can't believe I'm running, running, running. Think I'm about to lose myself. Feels like losing faith. Crash into you, babe. Got me drowning, falling beneath fire. Looking for a life support, caught in a perfect storm with you. I'm caught in love, yeah. I'm caught up in the storm with you. I'm caught up in the storm with you. Caught up in the storm with you. I see you. I'm with you. Put your hands up if you've been in the storm. Put your hands up. You've been in the storm. I'm in the storm. New York is so countless down with you. We in the storm with you. We in the storm together. I see you, New York. I see you. Stop petrochemicals. Stop hurting us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. I'm caught up in the storm. Can y'all put your hands up? I want to see it. I didn't see it enough. You gonna remember our name. I want to see you all the way in the back. Put your hands up. And they gonna remember us. You gonna remember our name. Hey. Imagine all the people. Imagine all the people we're living for today. Listen, 'cause I told the world to see me. 'Cause I don't think that they'd understand. Well, everything's made to be broken. We just want you to know we are. They gon' remember our name. Thank y'all so much. End fossil fuels. Stop fossil fuels. Stop petrochemicals. I want to thank so much too. I'd like to thank Music Declares Emergency US for including me to perform in this. They have a performance and a concert, so please make sure Music Declares Emergency. You guys are at the concert. It is Wednesday. It's going to be at Racket. and it's gonna impact some incredible artists. So thank you so much for having me. Y'all keep fighting the good fight. All the way from New Orleans, Louisiana. I appreciate you. My name is Dawn Michelle.
New York! It sounds like there's 10 of you all here. I need New York City.
It sounds like 5 of them are here.
What's going on? New York City, let me hear you make some noise! A really quick announcement for people all the way in the back. You have arrived.
This is the spot!
Welcome!
This is the spot!
Hi everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Beta. I'm gonna be your MC tonight, today, with Winsome. Let's hear some noise for my co-MC. That's right, that's right. I wanna take a minute to welcome every single person that is here today, okay? Because you could be anywhere today. You could be at the park, at the library, with your family, but you made a choice to be here today. That's right, make some noise. I want to welcome the folks that traveled from outside New York City as far away as Alaska. New Mexico. The Gulf. So many communities, even internationally. Yes. Earth defenders from Ecuador, straight from Ecuador, came here today. They just won the largest fight ever to protect the rainforest. They're leading the way. Give it up, give it up, give it up. All right, so real quick, right? My name again is Beta. I work for a place called Center for Popular Democracy. Give it up! We are the largest grassroots organization in this country, working with Black, Indigenous, people of color, low-income communities. Those are our people we organize. CPD! But don't get it twisted, y'all. We are one of the dozens of organizations that help make today happen. And we are one of the hundreds of organizations that endorse this march. So give it up to all of y'all. Yes! How many of you have heard of a call and response? Yeah! All right. I'm a born and raised New Yorker. Lifelong New Yorker. All right, so you know what you need to say when I say, yeah, New York. No.
That was weak!
No. Ready? Yeah. That's a proper New York hello. If you need to find a New Yorker, that's how you find them anywhere in the world. All right. Now, I want to make sure we have some amazing speakers today. And when I know somebody's listening to me as a New Yorker, I say, you heard? All right, I'll say you heard. You guys say, that's right. Let's hear it. You heard? That's right. You heard? That's right.
That's right, all right, all right, all right. All right, one more. We're going to practice one more. When we say, fossil fuels are killing us, you all say, end fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are killing us. End fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are killing us. End fossil fuels. All the way in the back, all the way in the back. In the back. Fossil fuels are killing us. End fossil fuels. Let's see how good they do, Winston. Let's see how good they do. Ready? You go. Fossil fuels are killing us.
End fossil fuels.
Come on, fossil fuels are killing us.
End fossil fuels.
I said fossil fuels are killing us.
End fossil fuels.
Come on, fossil fuels are killing us.
End fossil fuels.
All right, y'all, you got one more chance. And I want the people at the United Nations. We're at the United Nations right now, and I'll tell you why. I want Biden and every world leader to hear you on this next one. All right? You heard? You heard? Ready? Fossil fuels are killing us!
Fossil fuels.
Fossil fuels are killing us!
Fossil fuels.
Great. Give yourself a round of applause. Oh, it's good. Thank you. Go. All right, why we're here today. Like I said, the United Nations is hosting a first of its kind climate ambition summit with world leaders this week, okay? In order to participate in that summit, world leaders had to come with a plan to end fossil fuels. We are watching our world collapse. We know who is to blame. And we cannot continue to extract, to approve more fossil fuel projects. We cannot continue. We must end fossil fuels. You heard? Yes!
That's right.
All right, let me pass it to Winsome.
My name is Winsome Pendergrass, and I'm a proud member of New York Communities for Change! And I can't left out my proud politician group, Workers' Family Party! We are the people for the progressives. We put progressives in office, WFP, and I'm also a member of Housing Justice for All. And I am also a member of CPD. So, as I said before, my name is Winsome Pendergrass, delegate member of New York Communities for Change, and my co-host Beta is standing here. We are both nervous, so show us some love.
We love you.
Thank you. A great big New York welcome to all of you who come from out of state and you flew in from another country, another time zone. Welcome to New York. Our first speaker is first in many ways. They are the first people to occupy this land. I would like to introduce to you an earthy brother, Second Heart Storm of the Saguenay people right here in New York City. Make some noise as you welcome him to the stage.
And Sage.
And I was told, and Sage too. Make some noise, welcome them, welcome them, welcome them. Indigenous people, welcome them.
everyone, my name is Garak Pinetta. I'm the bear from the Bear Clan and I'm from Gahnawage. I brought here people from the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. I've seen a lot today and it makes me really happy to see a lot of Ungwehua, the first original peoples, to come together for this. And I want to start to open with the Ahondo Gariwadekwa, which is our Thanksgiving address. Ganjokwa, so the Hosios Gahnigari Wasane, God, the Ahondo Gariwadekwa, on a headstone. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Ungwesua, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, you can Istahanti Amdade, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Gahnegardunio, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Gazusua, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Jen Hakwane, Asti Gudiga, Honeste, and it was a red and it was a head, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Numpasua, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, the Yerini Gawarage, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Gunjakwa, Asa de Gaga, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Watfanuni, the Dechino Horadune, Odina Agua, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. The Dechino Horadune, the piece of Togorda, the Weirdas, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Twanuni, the Dechino Horadune, gives us the Gordonians, Scardiade, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Twanuni, the Tattoo Horadune, Sabati, and Taknaka Garakwa, Tagadine after the Watni Gorda. Aguego Asga, the Twanuni, the Tattoo Horadune, Sabayadism. Tokyo Hwana, the Tiknahada, Zagir, Easy Ads at Nigorda, the Tea, the New Zero Yamako, and it took it in the after what Nigorda. Yo.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to introduce my cousin here, Chief Dwayne Perry of the Ramapo Lenape.
Warabaju, Kiki Ai, Beni Bukumakwa, Netelamapu, Wawashishi, Odui Demiwa, Musashem Magwa, Chief Perry of the Ramapo Lenape people, the people of whose earth we are now trod upon. I would just like to share a few thoughts. When we arrived upon this Turtle Island, we were children of the earth. Today we have found ourselves masters over the earth, masters of dumping millions of gallons of toxic chemicals into the Hudson River so that one day your children's feet can turn green in the middle of the night. That was stopped because of people like yourselves. Which really means going forward, each and every one of us need to accept the charge that we are now guardians of the earth, guardians of the water, the air, and the sea. That means of all the people of the water, the air, and the sea. And in order to have a guardian and to be a guardian of tomorrow, each and every one of us must act now in a good way, in a beauty way, in a wonder way. And I would ask each and every one of you every day, in some way, to share a kindness with each other, to share a kindness with the water, the people of the water, the people of the air and the earth. A small kindness, because that kindness is truly the answer to someone's prayers, the answer to something you didn't step on, something you didn't hook, something you didn't throw back, something that will enrich the earth with each breath it takes. So I would like to embrace each and every one of you, not as what can we do, but we are here together as relatives. We are all children of the earth, and thus we are all responsible for the actions of the earth. So let me ask each and every one of you to rise up in your spirit and to once again walk with pride to be a keeper, a shepherd of all those who plied upon this turtle island. Anishi, Anishi. Let's turn it over to my relative here.
Indigenous peoples are on the front line of extractive industry. Let's just soak that in right now, because you know what? We're only 5% of the population, and we're protecting 80% of the world's biodiversity. Right now in the Amazon, we're fighting against Marco Temporal. Marco Temporal is what the government wants to do to take away the demarcated lands of the indigenous peoples, because they've already taken all of the land that's not theirs. And what that will do is allow for genocide of indigenous peoples today, right now, so that they can extract their precious minerals and fossil fuels so that we can have these luxuries that we have here. Right now, this is happening. Right now, in the deserts, they are mining indigenous territories for our batteries, for our lithium batteries, for the nickel, cardamom, the gold. We need a more sustainable future, and we need to come together to make that happen. We need to keep these minerals in the ground. We need to keep this oil in the ground, and we need to work together to find some other way to do this. So right now, I'm very grateful to see all of your faces here, but I want to see it continue, and I want to see what happens next, and how we can do this together.
A climate emergency now!
Oh, here we go. Let's hear it for the original stewards of this land who have opened the space for us all here today. So next, we're going to continue on opening up our space. As many of you all know, we are in the middle of one of the holiest holidays for the Jewish people. So we are honored to invite up here. Faith is a tool many of us use. We all know that. We're going to invite up here Rabbi Colin from the congregation Beth Elohim in Brooklyn. So let's give a warm New York welcome to Rabbi Colin.
Shana Tova! That means Happy New Year. I'm so grateful to be standing up here with all of you today to call for the end of fossil fuels and to dream up together a sustainable and livable future. Today is the second day of Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and one of the holiest days of our year. Usually right now, we'd all be home with our families dipping our apples in honey. But let me tell you why instead I'm here today praying with my feet. We call Rosh Hashanah Hayom Harat Olam, the day the world came into being. But it's not day 1 or day 2 of the Torah's creation story. It's day 6, the day that human beings entered the scene. And enter we have. Rosh Hashanah is an echo through time of the moment when humanity's relationship with this created world began. So it's not just relevant, but it is critical that we be here today. And we were offered 2 narratives in the book of Genesis as we are now. Humanity was told we could, 1, conquer the earth and rule it, own it, use it, take and take and take from it. Or 2, a counter narrative, Ovdah ul Shomra. We could nurture it and protect it, care for it and plant it and be its stewards. We are here today as Jews because our tradition calls us to be Shomrei Adamah, protectors of the land, for our destiny is wrapped up with it. And because we know that this moment is an urgent one, our planet is aching, our future is undecided, and this is going to take all of us. So today, we join hands with people of all faiths and of no faith, all ages and races and even political leanings, to call upon you, President Biden, as a leader, as a grandfather, to see what we see, to stand with us, and to do what you, Mr. President, are singularly positioned to do. The fossil fuel industry is choosing to rule and conquer and take and take and take without limit. And so waters are rising, and the skies are turning a choking orange, and the heat is taking lives, and the most vulnerable are in the most danger. But you, Mr. President, can choose the other path, to be and make our country a protector of this earth, and so pull us back from the brink. We urge you to use your power to end fossil fuel extraction, to ignite a just transition to green energy, and to choose the people and our children and our future over big oil's greed. Friends, a better and more livable future and world is just on the horizon. It is being born right this second. We can feel it. So now let's build it. Shana Tova, and may this be the day that we look back on and tell our children with joy, we did this for you. Shana Tova.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now it feels like we've had a proper opening. What do you all think? That's right. So before we move forward with some speakers, I'm going to do a little bit of interpretation access. Para mis compañeros y compañeras que necesitan interpretación, ahora voy a dar el número de teléfono y código para que puedan llamar y escuchar interpretación de español a inglés, ¿ok? Saquen su celular ahorita para anotar este número. Van a llamar al 646-876-9923. Voy a repetir el número de teléfono. 646-876-9923. Ok, cuando llamen ahí les van a pedir un código y van a entrar este código 831-0109-0551. y van a poder escuchar y tener interpretación para todos los que van a venir a hablar aquí. So, muchas gracias a todos.
All right, how are we feeling? The program has just begun. Right now I'm going to call a young lady to the stage. Adorin Sola and the Peace Poet, coming out of Brownsville Green Justice and No North Brooklyn Pipeline Alliance. Make some noise as we receive them.
Hello, beautiful people. We are here to sing and use our voices in unison to weave the world that we are forming into being. So I see all of you beautiful people at the back. I want to hear your voices, okay? All right. So we have a song that goes like this. We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come to win.
Say, we are the movement.
We are the movement, liberation moving
For every
single human. We have come to win.
Sing it loud. We are
the movement,
liberation.
liberation movement
For every
single human.
Tell them we have come.
We have come to win.
Let New York hear you.
We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come to win.
Sing that for all our children. Come on.
We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come to win.
Sing that for the land.
We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come.
Sing that with all your love. Let me hear y'all.
We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come to win.
For all our children, we sing.
We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come to win.
We are the movement.
Come on, let me hear you. Liberation movement for every single human. We have come to win.
Let's get it.
We are the movement, liberation movement for every single human. We have come to win.
Cántalo, mi gente.
We are the movement, liberation movement for every single human. We have come to win.
Say, we have come to win.
We are the movement, liberation moving for every single human. We have come to win. Make some noise for yourselves. Now we have one more chant, but before we start, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. We know that the future we are fighting into being is being birthed here. We can no longer take the inaction. We have to bring all of ourselves to the front lines. Our anger, our joy, our hope for a better future. We have to bring all of it.
Come on.
All of it. Okay, well, we don't have time for a second song, actually. I'm so sad about it. But I just wanted to say, continue using your voice, your power. That is how we make our changes in this world. This is how we create our movements and we sustain it. By listening to each other, by honoring our voices, we are the ones that are fostering and birthing this better future. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Make some noise for honoring Soul and the Peace Words. So the beginning of this summer, I took a bus ride to Washington, and we had such a wonderful time with the climate people in Washington, and I met a wonderful, gentle soul. And she's here with us today. She has one of the sweetest voices you'll ever hear. Make some noise for Rosetta Zona!
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rosetta Sibley Ozan. I am the founder, director, and CEO of the Vessel Project of Louisiana. I'm also the Gulf Fossil Finance Coordinator for Texas Campaign for the Environment Fund. I just want to say this is truly amazing, and thank you all so much for coming out, giving up your Sunday to be here, because the time is now. We are all here to say that enough is enough. The way to right wrongs is to shine a light of truth on them. On August the 9th, 2023, President Joe Biden bold-faced lied and said that he had declared a climate emergency. As we all know, the president has not declared a climate emergency. What he has declared is a way for oil and gas to further exacerbate the climate crisis. What he has done is sit back and allow his spineless Federal Energy Regulatory Commission to continue to approve new LNG facilities in communities of color. What President Biden has done is allow for the Mountain Valley Pipeline to be approved. He has allowed for bedrock environmental law NEPA to be gutted. Enough is enough with this cowardly president. If President Biden is not going to do the job that we voted him in office to do, we are going to vote him out of office. He likes to hide under agencies like the EPA and FERC and the Department of Transportation. But we know that he has the ultimate power of the pen. If he declares a climate emergency and stops the approval of all new extractive industry, then all of our communities will be better for it. President Biden, we are holding you personally accountable for the climate-induced disasters that our communities have faced. The record-breaking wildfires in Louisiana and Hawaii, the record-breaking flooding, record-breaking hurricanes year after year after year. You can no longer call these natural disasters because every one of them makes history. What's causing these disasters to be so historic is the amount of fossil fuel extractive industries that are surrounding these communities. If you continue to build on wetlands, these storms are going to come further inland and it's going to continue to destroy our homes and our families. Enough is enough, President Biden. It is time for us to have this president who sits high on a throne and looks down on us and only uses black, brown, and indigenous folk for photo ops and his little puppets when he wants a picture, it is time out. We will no longer march to the White House and take pictures with you so you can put in your repertoire. Come down to our communities and see how we are living. As a black woman and as a single mom of 6 children and a new grandbaby, I understand what it's like to live on the front line of climate change. My children have asthma. My sister was diagnosed with cancer. President Biden, how would you like it if it was your family that was dying? You have heard the words of Sharon Levine. She has told you about the folks who are dying in Cancer Alley. You've heard the words of John Beard as he talks about the communities in Port Arthur. You've heard Joe and Joy Banner talk about our ancestors and how our ancestral lands are being taken over. You've heard Mari talk about his farm and how MVP is building this pipeline. But President Biden, you might not know these people because to you they're ordinary folks. But these are frontline leaders who are making a difference, and it's time that you listen to them. You have the ultimate power. It is time that you recognize the climate emergency that we are in. Declare a climate emergency and allocate funding to communities that are overburdened by the extractive industries called oil and gas. Allow for funding to come into these communities so that we can be more sustainable, so that we can rebuild, so that we can have the resources that we need. We are not just throwaway people. We are not sacrifices. We organized this event today. This is organizing at its best. We are human beings. You will no longer be allowed to separate our fights and declare in different places like the Arctic that there will no longer be fossil fuel extraction. Declare it everywhere. All of us are important. And I'll close with a quote for all of you great people who continuously fight every day, who give your blood, sweat, and tears. And I know personally that sometimes it feels like we're not winning, but I want you to look around. We won already. It may not be space, but I want you all to know how many of the frontline folks are here from the Gulf Coast. They're over here in the corner. For too long, organizations and funders have stood on stages and talked about what was happening in our communities. They tried to represent us. We don't need representation. We can represent ourselves. So we came out to tell our stories. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, the passion, and the reach to be able to reach for the stars and to change the world. The change starts with us, and we are doing it. Congratulations, you're winning. Thank you.
Let me tell you one thing, just to pull it out from what Roy Schrader just shared with us. There is one person on earth that can change the course of history, and he's not going to that
and his name is President Biden. Next up, I want to invite our next guest speakers coming from the front lines of the Mountain Valley pipeline fight. One of the greatest tragedies of the Biden administration was that he allowed this project to be forced through. So I invite now Amber and Danger to the stage.
Hi, my name is Danger Winslow and I'm 8 years old. I am here today to let the world know how disappointed I am in Joe Biden for lying, not for keeping his word. He needs to declare a climate emergency now. My life matters more than the money landing in the pockets of the corporate buttheads behind the MVP. I'm too young to die for corporate greed. You can't drink oil. Water is sacred, water is life. Without water, we have no future. Oh yeah, and free Leonard Peltier! Now my mom is speaking.
Beautiful hello, my friends. My name is Amber Meredith. 2 years ago, I never imagined I'd find myself in this position, standing before so many of you. I still feel inadequate to speak on such matters compared to those who have come before me, those that inspire me. However, I owe it to my family from 7 Directions of Service and Team Danger from Power Coalition to bring attention to the battle they've all been fighting for the last decade. An atrocity that we now know as the Mountain Valley Pipeline and the Southgate Extension. A pipeline that is billions of dollars over budget and years behind schedule. A pipeline that was able to buy its way into must-pass legislation that had nothing to do with the federal budget. These industries breed nothing but violence. They contaminate our air so we can't breathe, our water so we can't drink, and our land so we get sick. The fossil fuel and other destructive extractive industries, along with their man camps, have been proven to have connections to the MMIP epidemic. The murdered, missing, and indigenous peoples epidemic steals our women, children, and two-spirit relatives from us at an alarming rate. These corporate politicians, these corrupt politicians, and their blind followers scream about how we need to protect the children. Well, here you have a child, my child, who is afraid of the future because of corporate greed. If children are our future, we should be investing in them and their dreams instead of selling their chance at life to fossil fuel corporations like the Mountain Valley Pipeline. Our children are watching us, and we should act accordingly. Stand up and fight back! In closing, I want to show my love, gratitude, and respect for my sister, Dr. Crystal Cavalier, the founder of 7 Directions of Service. I would like to honor her vision of 7 Directions of Service and bringing you all together in a chant. This chant will be in her language, Ya Sahin, Ya Ye Sa Sahinik. When I say Mani Inise, you say water is alive. Say it with your whole chest so the world can hear the beauty that is our unity. Mani Inise. Water is alive. Mani Inise. Water is alive. Mani Inise. Water is alive. Mani Inise.
for their presentation. Weren't they wonderful? And we need fossil fuel to come to an end. We need Biden's administration to listen to us. And the only way they're going to listen to us is if we keep speaking, shouting out, taking it to the street, letting them know that it's our time now. Our next speaker is coming to speak truth to power. I welcome Helen to the stage.
Hi everyone! I'm Helen. I'm a 16-year-old organizer with Fridays for Future in New York City. I started protesting for climate justice when I was 11. The first sign I made was for the 2019 school strike here in New York City. It said, "We deserve a future." And I'm here today still fighting for that same future. I am just one of the many young people who organized this march and spent their summers building youth turnout. Today, young people are here in massive numbers because we are out of time. In 2020, a record number of us showed up to the polls and put Biden in office. After 4 years of Trump, we were ready to elect a president who promised to end drilling on federal lands and finally address this climate crisis. Yet, in his 2.5 years as president, Biden has gone back on these promises. He greenlit the Willow Project. He skipped environmental review to build the devastating Mountain Valley Pipeline. And he approved countless other fracked gas pipelines and projects in Alaska and the Gulf Coast. His refusal to let go of fossil fuels is destroying us. America's oil and gas expansion makes up 1/3 of the entire global expansion planned through 2050. This is what's pushing us over the 1.5-degree warming threshold that is required to maintain a habitable planet. Because of this, crises are multiplying. This summer alone, New York City skies turned orange. Libya is flooded. Maui has burned. And countless people died from heat and extreme weather. This is the world Biden and his peers have left for us. But this is not the world we are going to accept. This Friday, over 1 million of us across the globe protested to end fossil fuels. And today, there are tens of thousands of us out here with one simple message for Biden. You have the executive authority to end oil and gas expansion and keep these fossil fuels in the ground. In 2024, we will be the most powerful voting bloc in the nation. Young people will be. You need our votes to stay in power. And that's why we're demanding you work with us. You declare a climate emergency. You end all drilling right now. You're going to make new promises. Promises that are going to empower young people to turn out in 2024 once again. These promises will transition us to community-based renewable energy built by green union jobs. There is not enough time to put this off another term, and all of us will keep up the pressure until it's done. Thank you.
Here in New York! Let me ask you a quick question. How many people y'all think are here? 1,000? No! 2,000? No! 3,000? No! 10,000? No! 50,000 people or more. It is my great honor to introduce our next speaker, who has been with us, the climate movement, since before day one. From New York's 14th Congressional District,
some noise for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
What's up, New York? Let's hear it all the way uptown. What's up, New York? Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I'm the Congresswoman for New York's 14th Congressional District, repping the Bronx and Queens. Do we have any outer borough out here? Got the BX in the building, Queens in the building. I'm so honored to be here today, shoulder to shoulder with you all, because we are all here for the same purpose, to protect the planet, the people, and make sure that we end fossil fuels across the globe. Most importantly, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and for showing up in force. It means something when people say, oh, we're thinking $10,000 people are gonna be here, and 50, 70,000 people show up. That means something, because we are in rooms, and I'm in rooms in Washington all the time, where people say that they have a commitment to this issue, but we need urgency on this issue right now. And the way that we create urgency on the issue of climate is when we have people all across the world in the streets, showing up, demanding change, and demanding a cessation of what is killing us. We have to send the message that some of us are going to be living on this planet 30, 40, 50 years from now, and we will not take no for an answer. Climate must be a centerpiece of inside and outside organizing, an electoral and a popular force that cannot be ignored. This issue is one of the issues, the biggest issue of our time, and because of that, we must be too big and too radical to ignore. The first piece of legislation I introduced in 2019 was the Green New Deal, which demanded a 10-year timeline. And at the time, people said it was too naive and too unrealistic, and we didn't take no for an answer.
Don't take no!
We still won't take no for an answer. Since then, we have organized and hit some milestones. Here in New York, organizers won commitments for 100% renewables by 2040. We've made sure new buildings will be fully electric, ensured that not only will new energy be renewable, but it will be available as public, democratically controlled goods for our most vulnerable communities. Because what we're not gonna do is go from oil barons to solar barons. This belongs to the people. What we're not gonna do is have vulnerable communities in a fossil fuel economy be left behind in a new economy. We are demanding a change so that working people get better jobs and lower bills under a renewable energy economy. That is what we are here to make sure that we achieve. We're gonna make sure that this transition is union jobs, organized labor, dignity at the center. And we're gonna make sure that we continue that fight. But the powers that be are there, and it is real, and it is against us. Right now, the United States continues to be approving record number of fossil fuel leases. And we must send the message right here, today, right now, that has got to end today. We know they're raking in record profits, but the popular support for climate is starting to buckle and crack that overall grip
that the fossil fuel establishment has had in our politics. And that's because of you. Because of you. Don't let the cynics win. The cynics want us to think that this isn't worth it. The cynics want us to believe that we can't win. The cynics want us to believe that organizing doesn't matter, that our political system doesn't matter, that our economy doesn't matter. And we're here to say that we organize out of hope. We organize out of commitment. We organize out of love. We organize out of the beauty of our future. And we will not give up. We will not let go. We will not allow cynicism to prevail. We will not allow our vision of a collaborative economy, of dignity for working people, of honoring the black, brown, indigenous, white working class. We will not give up. And that's what we are here to do today, to tell our leaders, from President Biden to the UN General Assembly, to all of our elected officials, that we demand a change. It will happen now. It begins today. It is occurring today, and it's because of you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Keep marching, and we're going to accomplish this. See ya.
Performer here today for all of you. The Tony Award-winning playwright, activist, performer, and author of the Vagina Monologues, who changed my life when I was in college. We have the honor of inviting V to come and perform on stage. Please, a warm New York welcome to V.
Of our time, climate change. It's a musical called Wild, and it will premiere in 2024. It's a musical about how youth in this town are rising up to take back the planet and end the destruction of it. And today I am so thrilled to give you a sneak preview of our song that's in the center of the musical called Panic. It's our dream that this will lift our movement. And I'm here to introduce our amazing cast, Edie, Harvey, and Luke Ferrari. Please welcome them.
This is for President Biden.
We hope you can hear us.
We dedicate this performance to the youth that are here today.
Pawning off the earth like it's an object you can own. No consideration that it's someone else's home. Animals get tired, cause all the evils come. And all the trees and rivers, they will slowly come undone. And we're angry.
Yeah, we're angry.
And we're sad.
Yeah, we're sad.
We can't believe it.
No, we can't.
It's the only earth we have.
Cut into the private parts of nature. Oily men in suits will tell ya, just sign the papers. Mother Earth is asking why suddenly you hate her. Now they're here today, demanding that you save us. We're angry. Yeah, we're angry. And we're sad. we're sad. We can't believe it. No, we can't.
It's the only earth we have.
We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back. We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back.
Sing with us next time.
Gassing methane from machines into our homes, polluting everything from the air out to our bones, bargaining a fate that nobody really knows. Sacrifice our only chance of ever getting old. Of course we're angry. Of course we're angry. And we're sad. We're sad. It should be obvious. It should be obvious. Have you gone mad? You must be mad. We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back. We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it. Come on, sing with us. We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back. We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back. We want you to panic. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back. Fossil fuels. We want you to act. You stole our future and we want it back.
Can't meet us here, obviously. There's a much bigger crowd.
Let's hear it for Panic! How many of y'all remember how hot it was this summer? How hot was it? So hot that hundreds of people died just from having to go to work. And that is not right. We should not risk our lives just because we need to go to work. We are so honored and privileged today to invite members of labor to stand beside us to make the call to end fossil fuels. Yeah, let's hear it up for labor. I have the great honor to invite up Chris Silvera, the longest serving principal officer of the Teamsters local right here, 808, Long Island. Let's give it up.
Wow. You look beautiful. Thank you for your concern. Thank you for being here, because we all could have done something else today. So I appreciate you. First of all, let me just say thank you to my Ayatsi brothers and sisters who are here. This is a union stage. We're not like them other people. We got to remember SAG and AFTRA and the UAW. Where's my union brothers and sisters standing up? This is a workers' fight. It is the poor, it is the working class that suffers with these fossil fuel devils. We have to move on. And I'm gonna tell you something. If you elected 300 more AOCs, if you elected a president that thought like AOC, if you elected a Senate, I'm not talking about Democrats and Republicans, I'm talking about servants of the people.
And labor has to be in the vanguard of this struggle because we have the resources, we have the organization, we have the power to join together with poor communities, with indigenous communities to say no to any more pipelines. No, because we can live without oil, but we can't live without water. We can live without oil, but we need clean air. And we are here as labor to stand in solidarity with, let me do the count right quick. Woo, look like about 75,000 people. We are here with you. Power belongs to the people. To the people belongs the power. When you go to the polls, don't vote R, don't vote D. Vote for people like AOC. Power to you.
I got lost a while ago. Sorry. I'm back. Let's make some noise for UAW. Come on. Send support for them. I just got an update. That's what caused me to be late. The press is saying we now have 75,000 people in the street. Did you hear me? 75,000 people are tired of the foolishness. So, I want you all to text action 51905. One more time. Text action 51905. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. at Zoga Park, the biggest civil disobedience rally will be in New York City. Help your seniors, help people who have challenges, and get them out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. And we are going to show the Biden administration what people power is all about. The party still goes on, and right now I am okay, right now our next speaker will be Vanessa. Make some noise for Vanessa. Come on, make some noise.
Thank you so much. Before stepping here, my friend and sister, Helena Gwalinga, an Ecuadorian environmental and human rights activist from the Quechua Sarayaku community, said something to me that everyone here and beyond needs to hear. She said, we should look at Ecuador that just voted out an active oil project in the Yasuni rainforest. This is the first example of climate democracy. She added and said, this is what phase out of fossil fuels looks like. They are now protecting the most diverse place on this planet. And this was led by youth and indigenous people. This is why there is no climate justice without indigenous people. In 2020, I wrote a letter to President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris that said, all we really want is a livable and healthy planet, an equitable and sustainable present and future. Is that too much to ask? This letter received a lot of support, but I was also trolled for it. Those that trod focused on the pen that wrote it and ignored the message. They preferred the perfection in which it could have been delivered and ignored the bigger picture. For them, it wasn't about the message. It was about who wrote it and how it was written. I have learned that this world hasn't been changed and transformed by perfect people. It has been transformed by people who dreamed and envisioned a better world for all of us. It has been transformed by people who stood so that we stand, people who believed so that we believe, people who dreamed so that we dream. I was 23 when I wrote that letter, and now I'm 26. My older self fully understands why I wrote it. My younger self was worried for the future of the planet, communities, and people on the front lines of the climate crisis. On September 10, Storm Daniel dumped more than 2 feet of rain on parts of Greece. But as it traveled over the Mediterranean, it was boosted by sea temperatures that were 2 to 3 degrees warmer than average for early September. That extra warmth fueled stronger winds and allowed the air to hold even more moisture. The storm turned into a Mediterranean storm with the characteristics of a tropical cyclone. As Storm Daniel approached Libya, the storm dumped rain over the mountains above the coastal city of Dana. In one place, more than a foot of rain fell in 24 hours. 2 dams that had been constructed in the hills above Dana collapsed. A torrent of water swept down the hills and through the city. Thousands of people were dragged out to sea. Huge sections of the city were completely destroyed, and bodies are still washing up on the beaches. And now aid workers fear that a second humanitarian crisis is unfolding as the citizens of Dana face the growing risk of waterborne diseases amidst medicine and food shortages. 2 days after Daniel tore through Dana, a report by Oil Change International showed that just 20 countries are responsible for nearly 90% of extraction from new oil and gas fields planned between 2030 and 2050. 5 global north countries with the greatest economic means to rapidly phase out production are responsible for a majority 51% of planned expansion from new oil and gas fields through 2050. That is the United States, Canada, Australia, Norway, and the United Kingdom. The United States alone accounts for more than 1/3 of planned global oil and gas expansion through 2050. Historically, the United States is responsible for 29% of global greenhouse gas emissions. The entire continent of Africa, 54 individual countries, is responsible for less than 4%. This is wrong. This is no climate leadership. This is throwing a party when you know that your neighbor is mourning. The global north has long benefited from the extraction of fossil fuels, and over again, the global south has suffered the consequences. Well, I am now here to say to the fossil fuel industry, not anymore. We are here to say to big oil CEOs, not anymore. We call upon countries, and in particular, the United States, to end lives, because we cannot eat coal and we cannot drink oil. Today, Today, I am not writing another letter to the president, as the last one must have got lost in the mail. I'm standing on the strength of service and the strength of community to ask the President of the United States to do the right thing, to be the climate leader that the United States needs to be. We also call upon leaders at COP28 to agree on a just and equitable phase-out of fossil fuels. We will not stand by and let this destruction continue to happen. We will not stand by and let our communities to be destroyed. We will not stand by and let people's lives get lost as climate disasters become worse, because we refuse to accept that anymore. So as a community, we have the power to stand together and say not anymore. Because when we come together and gather like this and speak together, I hear revolution. When we chant and say, what do we want? And we say we want climate justice, I see a revolution. And change happens because of people who come on the streets. And we've seen that in the past. We'll see it today, and we'll see it in the years to come. Thank you so much.
Listen, I don't think we're giving enough love to Vanessa Nakate. Is one of the leading youth voices of the global South. Okay, guys? Where my family is from, where so many New York families are from. Vanessa, thank you so much. New York, how we feeling? That does not sound like 75,000 people. New York, how we feeling? Yeah, that's a little better. One last chance. New York, how we feeling? So, y'all came ready to take some action today. We thank you. Before I introduce our next performer, we're gonna all take out our little computers in our pockets, because we're gonna send a message directly to President Biden right now, who with a stroke of a pen can phase out fossil fuels, can stop federal approvals, can declare a climate emergency, and he can accelerate a just transition. Am I right? You heard? Great. So take out your little pocket computers, and you're gonna open up your web browser. You're gonna go to bit.ly/end fossil fuels now. So it's going to be bit.ly end fossil fuels right now. And that'll let him know. Put him on blast. Am I right, New York? Great. So y'all do that. I'll repeat it one more time. bit.ly/end fossil fuels now. And don't forget to capitalize those first few letters of each word. Great. Second, I want to invite all 75,000 of you to tomorrow we're going to be in Zuccotti Park at 10 a.m. Let me hear some noise. Zuccotti Park, we are planning a mass civil disobedience to turn up the heat on the first day of the United Nations General Assembly. Who's gonna be there? I can't hear all those people in the back. Who's gonna be here? Zuccotti Park, 10 a.m. sharp. Great. Third, we want y'all to stay with us, okay? Stay with us. We want you to be part of this fight until we win, because we know there's no world unless we win, okay? So make sure you stay connected. And lastly, I want to invite one of the organizers, a dear friend of mine. Hold on, I'm blanking. Ethan Buckner, thank y'all. Ethan Buckner, let's hear it for Ethan Buckner.
Hi everyone. My name is Ethan Buckner, one of the organizers of the march today, here with Earthworks and Music Declares Emergency, because there's no music on a dead planet. I'm going to play a song that I released today. It's called Eyes on the Prize. And I want to dedicate this to a dear friend and a warrior in our movement who we lost this year. Her name was Joy Braun. Her family is here with us in the front. Remember Joy. This is Eyes on the Prize. Awake underneath hollow bed sheets, fireworks, destiny, headstone, cold feet. Keep your eyes on the prize of, keep your head up. Give up. Freedom, illusion, chain gang, high strung, divide, conquer, forget, remember. Keep your eyes on the prize of hell. Never give up. Disrupt, parade, fever, make love ablaze, dive in, part waves, anger, righteous fuel, bring hope from truth. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep your eyes on the prize of, keep your head
Beautiful family, make some noise one time for these amazing MCs.
All right, we wanted to thank you all again. Thank you all for coming out. Winsome, I don't know if you have any last things.
Beautiful people, thank you for spending the day with us. Thank you for your strength, your energy. Thank you for showing up. And we hope that you'll show up many more times. You will speak up. You know, we have so many things to speak up about. We have predatory banks who are stealing people's houses right out from under them. We have so many injustices that is going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up, and please show up tomorrow again.
Zuccotti Park, 10 a.m. And with that, I'll leave it to Lou from the Peace Poets to help us